Welcome to the show, Tyriel show, man. Back at it again with another one. We want to talk about the post game content of week 4 college football. Um, in the beginning of my prediction video early on, I had Notre Dame losing to Ohio State and in a close game, and that was correct. However, if they had lost that game on goal line, I don't know, man. I think Notre Dame would have got like hemmed up for having them 10 players on the field. Y'all know I caught that. So, but I had the Ole Miss in the Alabama game being a good game as well. It turned out to be a good game, but Alabama ended up winning, which I predicted they would too, because Jalen Milroe was back in the lineup. Let's see. I already know what other game I want to talk about, but I'm gonna say that for the ending part. There was another game that I called. Just can't think of it right now. Boom, boom, boom. What's the other game that we were talking about? So we got Ohio State, Notre Dame. We got Alabama, Ole Miss. There had to be another game that I want to talk about. Can't think of it right now. But anyways, there was the Colorado-Oregon game, right? Oh, my bad. Before I get to there was the noon game. It was Florida State versus Clemson. I had Clemson winning in Death Valley, and that shit almost happened. It wasn't until there was a mistake made by K. Klubnik, right? I don't know if it was his mistake or somebody just got through on the offensive line through a blitz, and they smacked them. But boy, it was about to get dark for them because they was marching down marching down towards the red zone, and it was about to get dark, man. If it wasn't for that hit, hey man, I don't know how this game would have went. You know what I mean? So shout out to them for being able to get that off, that hit and score that fumble recovery TD. All right. But that swung the momentum in that game. That was a good game too. Glad that game came on first, because that game to me really set the tone how I thought it would be. So man, I like it. I love it. So yeah, man, a good way to get back into the game and to rally your players back to a victory. Now after that, I watched the Colorado and Oregon game. Like I said, Colorado was a 21 and a half point dog in that game. But I had them winning. I had them winning in a close game over Oregon, because I thought that Colorado was going to end up making it a shootout with Oregon. But the thing was, were they going to be able to give Shedeur Sanders enough time to throw the ball and find somebody open for the shootout to happen? It didn't happen. The line of scrimmage ended up being the deciding factor of this game. I mean, I think Coach Prime understands that he needed more on the line of scrimmage in this game. You got I feel like he got the the stars that he need, like the impact players, but he don't have the offensive line and the defensive line, because they were kind of running the same plays when it came down to like the little screen pass, dropping them off to the flats. And the reason they were doing that is because, for one, Travis Hunter wasn't playing, but they were just really attacking that certain side with the screen. You know what I mean? And then they knew that line, their offensive line, was way more stronger and a lot more physical at the line of scrimmage. So he just kept doing a little flat joint. It's smart. It's the way to go. I mean, he really didn't throw no bump. I mean, he threw like maybe, I'm pretty sure he didn't really throw too many deep passes. Like, he didn't do that, but he had a lot of, they were very like screen and halfback heavy in the first half. And, I understood why they did that. They were just trying to really exert dominance on Colorado. But I will say this. I wasn't a fan, understand something. I'm a Georgia fan. through and through. But I do support Colorado because I support Prime and, you know, where he came from and how far he got to go from Jackson State to boom to another school and to become a head coach. You know what I mean? In Colorado in a Power 5 team, and to do what he did to change that season, the previous season, and to have them win 3 games straight off of having a 1-11 season. I commend him on that. That's something that most people can't do. But yeah, man, I think that they should hold their heads up high. They don't have anything to be disappointed about. But the thing that I didn't like, and I'm gonna just speak on it. I did not like the pregame speech. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. I get that you say anything to get your team pumped up and all that, but I didn't too much like they're playing for clicks, we're playing for wins, and that Hollywood and stuff. I don't get that. You know, of course he's gonna get all the attention because, you know, he had that attention even in the off season. You know, so for someone to say that they were running their mouths or they were, you know, doing this, that, and the third, I think that's a load of crap. You know what I mean? I think that when it's all said and done, only thing Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffs have said was it was responses from other things that were said out the way about them by the other teams. All right, that's how I see it. Like, it ain't everything he ever said was a response to what someone said to him. So we can cut. So let's try to like not move the goalposts. All right, like let's say that the reason he said those things and his team is because other teams were saying it about them. All right, so we're gonna leave that where it's at. Now, I'm just saying that's just my personal opinion about that. I mean, but it's true though. It shouldn't even be an opinion. It is really facts because that's true. I don't see anybody saying those things about anybody else, but when it came to Colorado, it was we want them to lose so bad. Why? I don't get it. Like, I think that they were a 3.5-star team playing a 5.5. Used to be a long time ago 6-star team in the Oregon Ducks, right? They have more recruits, they have more firepower. So I didn't understand why they wanted to go out there and like punish those guys if like them guys slap their mama or something. I don't get the narrative. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave that right there. But that's my I ain't gonna really do the. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Let's do it. UAB versus Georgia. I'm gonna say this, man. I think Georgia is a elite team. The thing about it is, what's making me upset a little bit is this UAB game, they came out firing. They did something. I'm gonna give them credit because they did something what they wasn't doing in the first couple games, and that was like they was just starting off slow and then punching people in the mouth in the second half. Trust me, I would rather take that than how it used to be in Georgia sports when we go up high and then people just die out at the end, right? I take that, you know, and I commend them for that. The problem is, you know, people complain about the quarterback situation and they wasn't throwing the ball down the field. Kirby Smart and the coaching staff gave him the go-ahead, Carson Peck go-ahead. And either he overthrew people or the receivers weren't catching the ball. Now, that's a problem. Because now you can't complain that the coaches and Bobo wasn't giving them the go-ahead to shoot that ball up. They were just not hooking up. Now, maybe there's another side to that. Maybe it's because they haven't been doing it in games, and then now this is trial and error, and they can't hook up. This is game speed. It's different than practice speed. Practice speed, we can do that all day. But game speed is a whole nother level. For one, it's like, you know, those guys, even though that Georgia has a great defense, and he's playing against a great defense all through offseason, it's still, you know them guys. You know what I mean? You've been around, you know how they play. You know, you just know everything, right? Now you're playing up against opponents in that same speed, and it's a chess match. So my thing is Hopefully, I mean, I see the consistency, but what I'm trying to stress that they need to understand that if you catch the ball, if you get in the passes on target, catch the ball. If Carson Beck overthrows somebody, then that's on him. You know what I mean? He need to get his timing right. Yeah, all right. He need to step up in the pocket and learn how to take shots, and people are gonna blitz you. All right, step up in them shots. Forget that. I mean, I know you got when you at practice, you got them red jerseys on, but man, forget all that. Step up in the pocket and get smacked and make the throw. Like that's how that goes. Sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta be willing to take them. I'm not saying go out there and get hurt, but at the end of the day, you gotta be able to take them, man. But the running game, kind of. I don't know if it's them. And I do know the injury part of it. But I don't know if it's when they do get in the game, they have, let's say they get 10 runs. They might get three of those runs might be really, really great runs. I don't like them odds at the University of Georgia. Like they need to be better. But I don't think I really don't really think it's them so much. I think the offensive line need to start playing better, man. Like I think that they starting to look like just a big line and not like a line that really can really block, right? You know what I mean? And they need to fix that. But really that's my take, man. Defense, bro. You just need to get Javon Bullard back, bro. You need to get you need to get your top 2 best tackler back, bro, and that's Javon Bullard, bro. Simple as that. Like, the defense will stop getting scored on if they fix the mix up. If certain people start tackling better, all right, and Javon Bullard can work his way back there, which was your second and your first. Between him and Malachi Starks being the best tacklers on the team, for real, to be honest with you. Open field tackles. I ain't talking about just in the trenches. I'm talking about open field tackles, right? Them are your 2 best open field tacklers on the team. Is him and Malachi Starks. So, in my personal opinion, once y'all get them back, then all that defense will get back to where it need to be. And Dalen Everett need to start learning how to cover people, bro. Because I'm telling you, like, I was watching him on tape last season because I knew he was gonna play. He was gonna be between him and Nyland Green. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, man, he need to tighten up. He be getting beat on things that like it's like he be covered up on them and he still let people catch on him. Like I don't be understanding that. He need to fix that, man. Like that ain't gonna fly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got the speed that you got, you need to learn how to cover, man. But he did it last season against. Like when when we was playing little games that people were saying were too easy games, like we played Sanford or some shit like that. I don't know who it was. It was them, Kent State, and somebody else. When we blew them teams out and they got in the game, they threw the exact same easy play on him. It was like a fly or some type of like streak. And he just kept getting beat on it. Even though he was on the man, he just kept getting freaking beat. And I'm like, man, you at the University of Georgia, bro. You gotta tighten up with that. Like, that right there need to stop. All right, so, but once again, welcome to the Tyriel Show. I'm proud of the UGA, the coaching staff, and the players and all that, man. But they need to, they just got some holes to fix. I mean, they got a stretch where they can do it. But I'm telling you, this Saturday coming up, we got Auburn, the rivalry game, and we got to go to Auburn. So look, it's like this, man. Tighten up before you get exposed in certain situations like Carolina did. That's the reason, like some of these things that happened this week, it's the same thing that happened in the Carolina game. The only difference is that was UAB and that wasn't Carolina. All right, so tighten it up. I know you got injuries. I know it, but at the end of the day, man, you getting heavily recruited and you getting reps, bro. So I know Kirby. I know he's rotating people in. Y'all doing Bloody Tuesdays. Y'all scrimmaging right before the season, which I don't ever understand that. But hopefully you can get Lad McConkey back to try to get the little screens and stuff going and all this and that. But bro, like, you know what I mean? we just got hoes, and I think some of them hoes is from people being injured, and that played on positions really good, and the younger guys is trying to step up and take that, but it's like, you know, they just gotta, you know what I mean, get it right, bro. So, like I said, man, welcome to the show, and hey, man, hit that like button, comment, subscribe on your takes of the game, but that's just how I'm feeling, bro. All right, peace.